married my sister, now we're living together. We're roommates in law.
What do you think of that?
That was nice.
I thought it was pretty good too.
There's a couple falsettos right there.
Well, it felt good coming out. You know, you just like hit that perfect pitch and you can really hold it for a minute. That's where I was at with that one.
Yeah, it was perfect pitch.
Felt good. Felt good.
Yeah, it did feel good. Didn't feel like roommates.
Didn't feel like brothers-in-law either.
But it did feel like good friends and singers. Good friends and singers.
Friends and singers. That's the new. Actually, we should change the name to the pod of that. Friends and singers.
Singers-in-law. What about singers?
Singers-in-law. Good singers-in-law. Wait, who? So we had a comment that was like, "This intro sucks."
Yeah.
God, I love that.
As someone who doesn't even like, I think they were just like new to us too. Like
that rules.
It's not someone who's been around.
And they just had to get it off their chest.
Like, hey, just chiming in to say this intro sucked. I didn't really give the rest of it a listen, but I hope it's good.
Yeah, rest seems all right. Just kind of stopped after the first 8 seconds. Have you ever been mad enough to comment on the internet, Tom?
Not on something I am not like involved with.
What do you mean?
Like I've commented on like, actually maybe not even that. Like I was gonna say like comedy discussions or something or like, but no, I haven't.
Oh, you're like getting into the Facebook arguments?
Yeah, but I actually have never really commented. I read all of them.
Oh, brother, I feast on the comments. Yeah. I love it when somebody just types something truly insane because it only happens on Facebook. Somebody types just something nuts on Facebook, and then it has like 93 comments. I like draw a bath, and I get a little glass of white wine,
light a candle,
jump in the tub, and I just go to Giggle Town because
tell Lizzie, hey, Liz, it's Timmy comments time.
Sorry, I'm going to be back in about 3 hours. I got to read comments from the dumbest people on the internet.
Yeah, I do. I don't think I've ever commented on something blindly.
No, never. Why? What is there to gain?
I don't know. You just kept it.
No, intro sucks. Thanks, man.
Thanks, dude.
Thanks for chiming in, dude.
See you later. Oh,
yeah, and then he just goes back to building the pipe bomb that he was building before. I don't know what these people do with their lives.
Yeah, I mean, you have to take a break once in a while.
Sure,
something angry on the internet.
Sure, then fingers get a little tired.
Yeah, you got to go online violence for a second, then you go back to physical, in-person.
Real life violence.
Yeah.
It's true. It is true. Tom, what you got? I got a fat 0 that's been weighing on my shoulders. I know we're 8 seconds in, but my God,
you want to save it or kick off with it?
Oh, let's kick it off. Why the hell not? I gotta get the evil out.
Let's hear it.
So riddle me this shit, Tom.
I'm gonna riddle.
Hanging out with a person, some would say a fellow comedian.
Okay.
We're not gonna say any names though. That's not what we do here in the Roommates in Law podcast.
No, I certainly don't edit out specific references to people every week.
Shit. I just did Maddie Wiener's podcast, and she's like, "Yeah, so I'm gonna have to edit out this. She's like, "You said like 5 people's names you shouldn't have said." I was like,
yeah,
"Right, dude. Right. Sorry about that."
And you're always like, "They don't listen to this." I'm like, "Yeah, but a bunch of people they know do."
Yeah, and they're gonna be like, "Hey,"
and this is on the internet forever.
Yeah, that's a good point. Sorry, I'm just like a raw guy, Tom.
Sorry,
I just like say what's on my mind.
You can't cage Timmy.
So hanging out with a comedian, and we're just kind of we're at a venue. We're just kind of riffing and raffing, talking about and he mentions this other comedian, a female comedian, and he goes, "Yeah, everybody thinks she's so hot. I don't know. I just don't see it." And I was like, "I don't know. I think she's pretty attractive. I mean, athletic, symmetrical face. She's like
pretty attractive,
just like an attractive person." And so, and he was like, "I don't know, baby." And then it kind of ended right there. Go to a second venue. Guess who's there? Lady that we were just talking about.
Okay.
So now she strolls up, and we're chitting and we're chatting. And this fucking guy goes, "Hey.
No.
Tim thinks you're super hot."
No, Jesus Christ.
Tom.
What are we on the fucking playground?
I mean, I was looking around for a dodgeball to just hum it at him. I'm like, what? We are in 5th grade, right? This is
just the only thing you could find was a full can of Bud Light, though.
It was just a glass of Miller High Life, and I just bash it over his head.
I mean, that is childish.
I think I looked at him in disbelief for had to have been 7 full minutes. Tim thinks you're super hot.
And then nothing to like.
That was just kind of what it was. We're all in our 30s.
Oh God. It makes me like feel a little uncomfy.
Oh, it was uncomfy for sure.
What did you say?
Well, I looked at him for a while, like, what are you out of your fucking mind? Like, what is this move? And then I just thought, I was like, well, yeah, you're an attractive person. I don't think that's like a crazy thing to say. And it kind of saved the moment, honestly.
Well, that's a good level-headed response because you can't be like, no, I don't.
No, I think you're ugly as shit.
No, I was kidding.
I would never say that. I hate your face.
We weren't talking about you.
Like, what? Like, the only move is literally to just be like, yeah, sure, you're an attractive person. I don't think that's that out of pocket to think. It
came up and I said, yeah, she's not.
There's no way this is the first time you've heard it. I think I know. I don't know you very well, but I'm not going to. My only other move was to say, no, you're an ugly pig.
I mean, this is unacceptable behavior. So, like, no debate. This is a 0.
That's a 0. That's a stone cold 0 move. It's like it was attempted.
Also,
what it felt like was. Go ahead.
I mean, I would be borderline annoyed if someone did it with that cadence to a stranger. But this is like a coworker,
a colleague.
It's a colleague of ours,
and somebody that I really don't know very well.
Right. It's
like
this is a fringe colleague.
Say hello in passing. Hey, good set. You know.
Yeah,
good set is in like nice job doing stand up, not like hey great tits. I don't really do that often.
No, I've seen you do it, but not. It's you have to be good friends for that.
Hey, great tits. But the comedy wasn't great.
Comedy wasn't great. Great tits though.
Set was nice.
Also, do you want to go out with my friend Dave?
Yeah. Yes.
It's
my
like
friend
that
Dave
energy.
thinks you're cute.
Yeah. It's oh God.
Oh, I was so upset.
Yeah.
So I was. I wasn't upset. I was in disbelief, and I was just the level of like annoyed. I couldn't believe it. I was steaming the whole night.
I mean it's a friendship ruiner right there.
It was wild. I mean, it was a wild move. Now, this person has since apologized, which I appreciate.
Okay, good.
Because I really railroaded him the entire night.
Yeah, it's like this person did apologize after I held his head in front of an oncoming train.
I mean, I kind of really fucking tortured this guy for about 3 days straight. But
oh God,
but you know,
that's weird.
It was warranted.
You usually let things go pretty quick. I've never really seen you hold a grudge. Certainly never take anything personally or.
I mean, that one was just crazy. That was beyond unacceptable. I couldn't believe what I was witnessing. Stone cold 0.
That is an easy 0 of the week.
I said, hey, bud, you're going on the pod.
I dodged a couple chances to be a 0 this week.
This is huge. You usually don't do that.
I usually steer right into the skid. I go, I don't have another one. Why don't we make Tom the 0?
Why don't we just misbehave in a way that's unacceptable in public?
I was on a little jog yesterday and I'm running. I'm on the last mile. I'm kind of cooking. I'm almost back to my house and I'm running and there's like a bunch of stuff on the sidewalk in front of me. Busy street though, so I can't really cut into the street. There's a rolled up like it almost looks like a pool float, but it's like kind of a thick foam mat.
Thick foam mat.
Yeah.
But it's not a pool floaty?
It's not a pool floaty, but it's like
was like something delivered inside of it?
Yeah, maybe. Or it's some sort of like there was an era of pool floaties in like the mid 2000s that were like foam, like not inflatable.
Oh, yeah.
Like thick foam mats.
Yeah.
That's what it looked like. But like much bigger.
That's where you use those and you blow the water out at the end?
No, not a that's a noodle.
That's a pool noodle. Oh wait, well,
like I'm talking like something you lay in or you lay on.
Oh, okay. I'm with you now. I know exactly what you're talking about now.
Yeah,
yes.
And they start disintegrating after a little while, and
like the end of it is kind of folded over. That makes it like a sort of a pillow.
Kind of a pillow, but if you actually lay your head on it, you kind of dip into the water,
immediately sink
drown yourself. Right up
Like,
the nose.
yes, this is really well made.
The mid
Okay,
2000s were wild.
What they did was they built those. They realized how shitty they were, but they were like, we already like bought
we have
2
a
million
lot of these.
I don't know, $7.99. Toss it out in Walmart. People will buy it.
We got to pretend these are premier pool toys for the next 2 years. And we'll get back to the inflatable ones soon. So there's one of those like rolled up. It's like a huge looking thing though, but it's rolled up on the sidewalk. And I'm running and I'm gonna jump. I'm gonna like kick off of it and like kind of propel myself forward. When I run, for some reason,
what is that?
I don't know. I kind of get in like a parkour mode sometimes.
That's kind of fun energy.
Yeah, I got what if I'm like listening to good tunes and I got like trying to break like a mile time or something. I'll like start, if there's a puddle, I'll jump off the sidewall, stuff like that.
So if you're trying to break a mile time, you will see something and be like, damn, I could do a sick trick off of that real quick.
Yeah, because it kind of fires me up.
Tom, boy, this is the best thing I've ever learned about
have some fun
this
out
is
there.
incredible.
Oh, dude, I'm out there envisioning that it's the state playoffs in high school soccer, and I'm catching a long run.
Buddy, this is, Tom, I mean, I've always liked you.
No,
but
that's
this
not
rules. Well, the big choppy.
Oh man. So I'm going up to do this, and as I'm about to like take off to jump on this thing, I realize there is a person sleeping inside of it.
Oh, yeah, you can't use
How
their
devastating
house.
would that have been? And I like kind of hit like a Euro step and went around it. Like
I kind of wish it would have happened. Not that you would have stepped on a homeless man's face, but like explanation would have been kind of hilarious.
I mean, that's what I was thinking about. The rest of the run was like, what is my next step right after realizing I just stepped on a guy's back who was sound asleep?
Yeah, dude, sorry. I was going to pull off like a really sick trick.
Wait, can we get a little unplug, replug of your mic?
So I think you're right. I think I have to get, because I did Maddie Wiener's pod, and she has the same mic, but on the other end of the cord, it's the 3-pronger that plugs into like the little whatever it is.
The little one of these guys.
Yes, this is going straight into the computer. I think that's where we're having issues.
It is, because I think like all these they try to get around it, and they're like, you can go direct to the computer, but I don't think that's actually how the technology is supposed to work.
I don't think it's got the juice, because I was asking her, I was like, oh, do these mics suck dick and balls? And she's like, no, they're like amazing. And I was like, ruh-roh. And then so it's it that what you're thinking. I think it's like a little more solid. This feels a little juicy.
All right. Well, I know the right one to get. We'll cover that. That can come out of the roommates in law fund,
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I mean, we got 1.2. No,
market was up this week actually. So
okay. The last I looked, we were at 1.2.
Okay, yeah, and that's $1.2.
No, Tom, come on, don't be bashful.
So
we're making millions of dollars here at the
Here's
Roommates
the thing,
in Law
we
Pod.
are, and that's directly from the Patreon. That's patreon.com/living, laughing, loving life.
Get a free hot dog. Sign up.
We will send you the hot dog. People have been complaining that they're arriving cold, and you got to take that up with the U.S. Postal Service.
That's not our fault. We overnight them.
You overnight a hot dog. You think it's gonna get there warm? I'm putting foil around them.
Yeah,
they're coming out hot.
The stuff that the messages I've been getting that people are upset about is that we're not allowing them to put the condiments on when it gets there. I've been putting mustard on and then shoving it in the mail. By the time it gets there, the bread is soggy. It's just kind of a mustard filled mess. And I will
relish, I'm doing relish too.
Okay, yeah. See, this is what we're falling apart. And I will say that one is on us, but we do overnight it. We pay the extra shipping for you to get your hot dogs fresh and delicious. We will stop putting condiments on it. We'll just send packets or whatever it is that you guys want.
We're going to send raw hot dogs.
We're just going to raw dog it.
Oh, is that where that term comes from?
Raw hot dogs? I don't know. I don't know where raw. I mean, obviously we know what it's like used for, but I don't know where like the term would be. Raw dog?
Or is that just because dogs will fuck without condoms?
Yeah, but I don't think anybody's like you could use that about any animal, really.
Yeah, but it's
raw sheep in it right now.
Man. I don't know why cat feels so off, but like
raw cat. Raw cat. It doesn't come off
Raw
the tongue
cat
smooth.
just feels like you're eating a cat.
Yeah, raw catting is when you're just like you puke up a bunch of the food you just ate and eat it again.
Yeah, yum.
That's what cats do.
They eat it again?
Sure. Cats are truly wild animals.
I know. I got one living in my backyard, and it is so. Did I say this already on the pod that in front of my face I watched it catch a rat and eat it?
Incredible. I'm telling you, these things they don't need us at all, which is kind of nice.
It was like staring at me and had it wasn't a rat, it was a mouse, but it was like ripping a mouse's head off and like making eye contact with me.
He was like, "You ever done some shit like this?"
Yeah, remember when you handed me that piece of banana the other day? I don't need you.
Yeah, you think I need your kibbles and bits? Think again, friend. There was a guy I was walking back the other day, and there was a stray cat, and it seemed like the guy was like maybe trying to catch it, or maybe like thought it needed some help, but the cat just stopped and truly looked at him like, "Brother,
fuck off.
I'm all set, dude.
Yeah.
Like I don't need you. Look like you can barely take care of yourself. I'm Gucci."
Oh God.
Love a cat.
I love a cat. So, anyways, yeah, almost stepped on the homeless guy. That would have been an instant zero of the week. And I did spend the rest of the run being like,
that's an accident. Accidents don't count.
I guess, but like, it would have felt so brutal. Like,
well, yeah.
Because what is the next step? Do you apologize?
Well, here's the thing, because it's kind of a double whammy. Because not only are you stepping on him, but you are also ruining his house.
Yeah.
You know, like you may have fucked up like the structural integrity of that refrigerator box or whatever it was.
And he's a rolled up old pool, Matt.
Oh, right.
But the thing is, like, his head was completely in there too, or hers. I don't know. There was just a body. I saw last second. I saw part of a foot.
This jogging route you have.
I mean, dude, Los Angeles is.
This is just like on the way home. Oopsies.
Oh yeah, we got a lot of folks around here.
But like, there's just a guy in the trash that you fully thought was just like a regular pile of trash.
There was a lot of like shit around on that block. Like there was a construction house like 2 doors down, so like the sidewalk was kind of closed off.
Okay.
There was just like a lot of stuff on the sidewalk,
including human beings.
Including a human being, and yeah, it was jarring, and I because
damn, I'm sorry you went through that. I'm sorry you almost stepped on a homeless guy.
It was really hard, man. It's just hard to come back and like have my little protein shake and
yeah. I was about to say, this is when you know life's not that bad.
No, life is
worst part of your day was almost stepping on a homeless guy trying to do a sick ass parkour move in the middle of the day.
I want to be clear too. I'm not running and jumping and like spinning in the air. I'm like catching a little air.
Just a little air.
Get over like a puddle or like a patch of dirt, you know.
Call your therapist for an immediate session. I almost stepped on a homeless guy.
Can you imagine how hard that would have been for me?
She's like, "Oh my God, you stepped on it." Like, no. Almost. I almost did. I briefly considered it.
I thought about it, but then I was like, what if I just went around him?
Damn, what if I just took one step in the opposite direction? She's like, "Yep, this is worth $200 an hour, Tom."
Oh,
don't you think therapists 90% of the time aren't they just dealing with children that can't like cope with the world? I gotta feel like very few people have like some real shit that they need to really unpack, and most people are like, my mom was mean, you know?
Yeah, I mean that's sometimes some shit that you gotta unpack.
Oh, everybody's mom was mean. Right?
I don't know.
What's the classic Joe List joke? Let me save you some time. It's your family.
It's your family. Yeah. But that what it does is it prevents you from being a burden to the people around you.
Okay, that's fair.
Because it is little stuff that no one else wants to hear about, and that's why I talk about it on a podcast with with listeners. But it is stuff that no one wants to hear about. So it's like, go get this out, figure out what this is about, figure out why you're so focused on this. And then you're better around the people that care about you when you're talking about this stuff.
For a therapist.
Yeah, but it is a job. I mean,
but they just get all the shit. Like you deal with every sad and worst and most self-absorbed all day, every day.
Most self-absorbed, I think, would be the hard part. Is like,
Ooh.
yeah,
I'd have
I've
a
been
tough
watching.
time.
I've been watching
I should-
Sopranos, and she's a good one.
Yeah.
She's
good.
so hot too. I told her you thought she was hot. By the way,
You know how I feel about when people do that.
dude, you got this. We gotta edit this.
Send
It's
me
cutting
whatever
out.
that fucking box is.
Can you try unplugging from the mic, or not moving, or not hitting the cord, or something? Yeah.
Better.
All right. Yeah, that is better.
Huge.
Did the volume get turned down on that thing?
Tom.
Yeah. Oh, feels quieter. All right, I'll fix all this after.
I'll do 6 hours worth of work on this after.
Oh, dude, I got okay. So that was one dodged zero. Can I tell my second one?
Lay it on me.
So I am flying back went to a wedding in Jacksonville this past weekend. Flying back, and it's a classic like wake up at the Airbnb with all my friends. We're all running late to our flights. So we all just we don't eat. We all hop in Ubers. It's like 40 minutes to the airport. We get to the airport. We're like, all right, we have enough time to grab food before our flight. I'm on a flight with a couple of my friends. And so we go order burgers at this fast casual burger place.
Wait, in the airport?
In the airport.
Okay.
Burgers are just not coming out. We're there about half an hour before boarding. We probably ordered 15 minutes before boarding, maybe 20 minutes before boarding. Burgers aren't coming out. Now we're at boarding. Burgers haven't come out. And we're like, okay, but we're not in the first couple groups. And then it starts getting to our group is boarding and they're going to close the gate in 5 minutes. We're like, fuck. So I had to go to the bathroom too. So they're like, you go to the bathroom, then you go to the gate and text us when they're wrapping up our group and we'll make the call if we just, because we already paid for the food, which sucks.
Right.
So it's we'll make the call if we're just walking away from this $23 bad cheeseburger.
Kind of an unbelievable business model, honestly.
I know. They're like, you never actually have to make the food.
Yeah,
it's awesome.
We don't even have food back there.
We got people literally playing pretend with kitchen utensils.
We made $6 million last year. We didn't cook one burger.
One time I made one as kind of a joke.
They're like, why is this in a Sonic wrapper? Don't worry about it.
So I get to the gate and I'm waiting and I tell the person, I'm like, we got 2 more coming. We'll be there in a sec.
we got burgers on the way.
Yeah.
Can you guys hold the flight? We got a couple of burgers.
Don't worry,
on the way.
we're coming on the flight with 3 stinky burgers. So they get to the gate and hand me. First off, I get burgers I got a burger and fries. They just got burgers.
Yeah, you're a bit of an aristocrat. We know that.
And I like the French. What can I say? And so we got to get straight on this plane. They hand me my bag of food, and it is very fast food smelling.
Hot, steamy burger.
And I'm like, oh God, I can't eat this on the plane. And my friend, it's my friend and his wife, and she's like, I'm eating. I don't care. I'm hungover. I'm starving. I'm gonna eat this the second I sit down. And I'm like, I don't know if I can. I despise people that do this. I literally, I've talked about them on a podcast almost exclusively. And so I get on, and I throw it in my backpack. So I'm like, okay. Preserve the smell. All it does is it puts it off.
Yeah.
So I do it in my backpack and I zip it, and I get on, and I'm just sitting there, and I'm like, God, I don't think I can. I can't do it. And then we start taking off, and my stomach is so empty. All I've had is coffee. So I'm getting that empty stomach coffee feeling. I'm like, I need to eat something. I open my backpack, and just the smell takes over. And I was like, fuck. And I just zip it back up again. I mean, I'm like, I can't do it. I grabbed 1 fry.
I mean, but here's the thing. When you unzipped it, the damage is done. You might as well just dive all the way in.
But it was so thick that I was like, I can't let this get out to a greater audience.
Well, I guess, yeah. I mean, I guess because like maybe the smell did waft, and everybody went, "What the fuck is that?" But then they looked around, they couldn't find the culprit, and they're going, maybe it was just a weird thing."
I didn't want them to
But if
look
they look
around and
over and
see me
You're just
just
housing a burger.
housing a double bacon cheeseburger. And so I just went the whole fight, fell asleep, and I was like, let me just sleep through this and
I mean, hey, look, we
not
know
go.
I've been there, and I absolutely ate all of the buffalo wings on the flight.
That's insane
So,
to me.
you know,
dude.
it's like you can't make a habit out of this thing, but there are exceptions, Tom. You got to eat food.
I couldn't do it.
I mean, how gross was the burger when you got there? But all the mustard was soggy as hell.
It was a little soggy, and it was like it had completely dried up.
But it was like getting an overnighted hot dog sent to you. Not great.
It was very similar. So, listeners, Patreon members, I feel you. I'll stop doing that.
And we apologize.
The fries,
I love this girl.
had, like,
she just absolutely dominated that thing.
Yeah, because I'm texting them. I'm like, you guys, I can't do this. And she goes, I already finished mine. She sent me a picture of it's just the wrapper folded up in the front in the seat pocket. She's like, I just kept my head down, made no eye contact, housed it.
That's what you do. It's like it's where you're eating, where you're not really even. It's like when you're eating so fast, where you're kind of breathing like.
You kind of get the hiccups because you're like, I haven't taken a full breath.
Yeah. It's like really disgusting eating, but that's where you just kind of have to keep your head down and shove it in.
Yeah,
I like this girl. She
rips. It was I was envious of her confidence because then I ate the burger when I got off. I ate half of it and it was so bad and dry.
It was brutes. Yeah.
It was, I'm like. I was so proud of myself. I almost gave myself hero of the week for not eating it.
For not eating. But then, I don't know. There goes your $23 burger.
Yeah, it was devastating. Then I went to the lounge in Charlotte Airport and made up for it.
See, I think if people look over, here's the thing. I think you're not allowed to really take your time with the meal. I think if you're going to eat a meal on a flight, and people are going to be looking over at you, they got to see that you're stressed out.
They got to see a little hustle.
Yeah. They need to know, like, hey, he doesn't want to be doing that either.
Yeah. There is something.
I think as long as you're housing it in, and then maybe you look over and you say sorry with your eyes, and then you go right back to it. But if you're taking your time, and if you're looking at your phone between bites, now we have an issue.
Yeah. All right. Well,
what do you think about that shit?
Try not to ever do that again. But if I'm in that scenario, yeah, I mean, you got to go her move. You got to just hustle through it.
And also, I think if you're done with the meal before the flight takes off, you're also kind of in a free zone there.
I was wondering about that. If it's better to eat it during the end of boarding or.
Yeah. You knock that out. Just knock it out.
Because my thought was originally I was just procrastinating it. I was just putting off the inevitable, but I was like, maybe this guy next to me will fall asleep and that'll make me feel a little bit better about it.
I think the move is you eat it in a very apologetic way.
I'm so sorry. That's God. Speaking of hiccups, this was making me laugh so hard. I was hanging out with my good friend Orion Levine the other night at the Comedy Store, and he goes, he had the hiccups, and I was like, dude, you gotta get scared. And he's like, all right, I'm gonna go ask the booker for $5.
That's fun.
It made me laugh so hard.
You gotta be scared for your life. Oh, yeah. Nice. Let me just walk up on stage for no reason.
Yeah,
that rules. Let me go ask the booker for quick $5.
Oh God,
I gotta get out to the old C store. It seems like it's a good hang.
It's an all-time hang. I would love to perform there someday.
Love to be a part of it someday. These clubs in New York, you can't hang any shit.
It's no hang. There is stage time though.
Stage time.
That part is
hangs. Key. It's just a weird place to be alive. What else you got cooking over there, Tom?
Well, I got dunked on in a fun way this weekend by a grocery store checkout clerk. Sweet old lady. Jacksonville, Florida. Not to brag.
Different breed down there.
Oh, yeah. I had an exciting grocery store experience, honestly. A woman fainted next to me. And then the idiot
Did you help at all?
grocery store manager. Yeah, because I was like, I had just walked up to, I don't know if you've been to Publix.
Love Publix.
So I was getting a pub sub.
They make some of the best sandwiches on planet Earth.
It's true. It's amazing. So
Did you go buff chicky sandwich?
I went chicken parm. Chicky
Okay,
parm.
still delicious.
Great.
Still delicious.
Chicky parm with a couple banana peppers on there. I mean, holy
you
shit.
ain't lying. Oh,
So
I love a little Publix.
I order one, and then like 10 feet down from me on the left, I got my little headphonies in.
Mm-hmm.
I'm listening to our podcast. No, I'm listening to something. And
Also, uncommon in Florida.
what?
Were you the only person rocking the headphones in public?
Probably.
Probably.
Yeah. I'm used to walking to the grocery store, so I just have the headies in the whole
That's
time.
what I'm saying. But everybody there has a car. They just jump in
Yeah.
the car.
Yeah, they're not going headphones.
Different culture, Tom.
That's wild. Yeah, it is good to see a different culture once in a while.
You gotta get it. You gotta put yourself out there. Experience
After being in
different things.
Jacksonville, I am kind of cultured. It's nice. So she's about 10 feet down from me, and after I order, I go grab a sparkling water. I come back, she's on the ground, and there's like a grocery store manager who's like, "Oh, are you okay?" And she's like sheet white, and I'm like, "Oh, she's clearly fainted." And he's like helping her up, and I'm like,
no, keep her on the ground.
yeah. So I'm like, whoa, what's going on? I take my headphone out, and he's like, "Are you good?" And I'm like, "She's clearly not good." And I start meandering over there. Sub guy is asking me questions. Did you want the cheese melted? I'm like,
And you're like, wait, hold on for just a
Hold
second.
on.
I almost did pre-med. Excuse me, man.
hold on, I failed out of pre-med. Give me a second. My sister's a fake doctor, so shout out Sister 5. I love you. I run over there, and I'm like, and she starts going down again because the guy helped her up immediately.
Why'd you put her back on her tootsies?
we kind of caught her, and I grabbed, like, she had a sweater on the ground, and I like put a sweater under her head, and I was like, let's get your feet up. Put her feet up on a chair. She had spilled
a real testament to how good these public subs are.
I mean, they're amazing. And
She saw that chicky parm sub coming together.
oh
She's like, holy shit!
oh my, dear me.
He tossed nanner peps on that thing.
Hey, my boy knows how to live. Yeah, and it was kind of funny, but it made me realize. So I have like this, I've seen my dad has resuscitated several people in public. I've seen him like save
In front of you. Oh,
people's
that's
lives.
cool.
My little sister, I've seen her hop into action on a plane. I believe she was a hero of the week on this.
We might toss her real doctor status after some shit like that, Tom.
Yeah, fake doctors are just as good as real doctors. That's
true.
Yeah,
that's true. I play a doctor every year for Halloween.
It's kind of like buying a purse on in Times Square. Like, no one's gonna know it's not real.
No one really knows. I put on a white jacket. Nobody knows.
Tim could
Bingo.
be a doctor. So I've seen my family members do this. Like I've seen them step in with strangers, with older relatives. So I have that same like instinct filled in. But
All
then
instinct, no knowledge.
But then I get down there, and I'm like resting her head down on the pillow, and I get her feet up. But that's as far as I go. Then I'm like,
that's as much as
and
I know,
I'm
too.
kind of down there with her, and I'm like, so like, what's up?
Guess we'll. Do you want mouth to mouth, or what do we do now?
It's so funny because I felt my knowledge just dry up.
You're like, I guess I'll check her pulse.
I'm all out right now of like what
You're just
I
asking
had.
me, like, I need 30 cc stat.
Does anyone have a defibrillator?
Like, no, I think she just needs like a sucker. I think she's just her blood sugar's low.
Here's some water. Give her. Man, she had dropped a Diet Coke on the ground too, and it spilled all over her. She's kind of laying.
You ever passed out in public?
It's a couple times.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
In
Well,
any
one
good spots?
One time, I think you might have been there. I got.
I think I know what you're talking about.
There's a lot of our friends.
This was because I passed out at the barber getting my hair cut.
Oh yeah, dude, we had this like,
and then it was like
week.
2 days later. You're like, yeah, I just like passed out at a rehearsal dinner.
No, at a bar with our friends.
Well, that's being drunk. Yeah, that's called.
No. Hadn't drank.
Showed up, passed out.
I smoked weed with Chris Higgins and got like super high and was so thirsty. All I could think about was how thirsty I was. And I went straight to the bar and was dying for some water, and no bartender would give me attention. Next thing I know, I'm on my back on the ground. And all of our friends are like, oh, fuck, he must be like really messed up. And I'm like, no, I haven't drank anything. That's the problem. I haven't drank anything in like 6 hours.
I love the idea of you like absolutely desperate for a water. You finally get the bartender's attention. You're like, can I get a tequila soda?
Yeah.
Your body's like, no,
God damn it.
you fucking idiot. Yeah, we did go through a span there. It was like, I think everybody in our little group chat kind of cycles together because like I passed out and then you passed out. And then like, during COVID, like Jeff broke both of his arms. And then 4 days later, Higgins broke both of his arms.
Yeah.
Like,
we don't let each other go through anything together or alone.
Alone. We're going to all do it together.
But yeah, so this girl, she passes out. We get her some health care or whatever. They called an ambulance, which was like I was like, she's going to be fine. But I also don't know what I'm doing. So then I'm, he's like, hey, your sub's out of the oven. So I got to pop back over there. I grab a sub. I go to check out. I'm wearing I wish I was wearing it right now. I'm wearing this Adidas sweatshirt that I have that I really love. It's a white sweatshirt. And the Adidas logo, it kind of like where the little lines come up, they're flowers.
Okay.
Kind of
I think I've
cool.
seen this.
Yeah, it was like a limited release sweatshirt that I got. I'm very proud of.
Sick as hell.
Yeah, it's like the coolest piece of clothing I own. I'm wearing it. I'm checking out, and the old lady goes, "I like that sweatshirt." I go, "Thank you." And she goes, "Wouldn't you?"
The old lady that passed out?
No. Lady who passed out was like my age.
Oh, weird. Okay, I was envisioning a very old woman.
No. She was like my age. And they also go, right, this is so Florida, or maybe everyone does this, but they were like, "Did you take anything? What are you on?" And she's like, "I'm not overdosing. I fainted."
And they're like, "Come on, we're in Jacksonville. What did you take?"
And she's like, "I mean, like a little bit of fentanyl, but not like it wasn't like a big amount."
It was like a gentleman's amount of fentanyl.
It was a little fentanyl with my pub sub.
Yeah.
Okay. Some people go nanner peppers. I go a little.
Hold
Fenty.
The nanner peps. Toss a little fent on that thing.
Can I get a little Fenty on the chicken parm?
Hey, by the way, did they give you a free sandwich?
No, nothing. The guy making the subs did not care at all that there was a woman dying on the floor.
Man, I bet he sees it a lot.
Yeah, it was a pretty trashy little area.
Yeah, poor Jacksonville.
It's a little trashy area of Florida called Florida.
I
saw another one of those recently.
Did it hit?
Yeah.
It did?
It was what was it? It was a little racist part of Boston called
It's called Boston.
Yeah, it kind of hit.
A classic.
In a club, it's gonna hit every time.
See, you just want to throw a fucking huge tomato right at the stage.
I met this racist guy in Boston. He said some really messed up stuff, and I was like, "What the hell, Dad?"
By the way, you sent me that this morning. You sent me that reel this morning. I woke up and it ruined my day.
Sorry about that.
I literally woke up before Lizzie, and she woke up to me going, "Fuck."
It's kind of funny because that ruined my going to sleep. I watched that right before bed.
And then Tim has to pay for this too.
Tim, and I'm like, he's gonna get this first thing in the morning. Some people wake up with coffee. Some people wake up with hatred.
Oh, I woke up with just anger. And the problem was she didn't even need the dad tag.
Yeah,
she was already getting a little bit of a laugh.
Yeah, it was a bad enough joke on its own.
Toss the dad in there. Hope she doesn't listen to it.
Anyways, so I'm checking out here. I got my flower sweatshirt on, and this sweet old lady goes, "That's a nice. I really like that sweatshirt." I go, "Thank you." She goes, "Wouldn't normally see that on a guy."
Yes. Oh, absolutely. How old was this lady?
Probably 70. See, it was amazing.
If that would have come from like a younger person, it'd have been like, "Oh, okay, dick." But like a lady that's 70 years old and just fully set into her ways, that rules.
Because she meant it. She meant like flower patterns are female clothes.
Flowers are women like those, not men.
Yeah.
Wouldn't really see that on a guy.
It was kind of incredible.
Like, "Oh, are you one of those women things?" You're like, "Let's just stop it right here."
Yeah, now you're getting a little Florida. It was cute for a second. It was like it was such a good delivery.
Self-checking out, buying a 9mm.
I just pass out. Air Marshal blows my head off.
Oh, I kind of love this lady. So what was your response to that shit?
I just kind of laughed. I had already paid So I was kind of like on my way out. Like she kind of just like dunked on me as I was leaving the court.
Incredible.
But I was
That's the
like,
equivalent to you watching that clip right before you go to sleep.
it's the same thing. It was, but she got joy out of it, probably.
Yeah, the girl in the clip didn't seem happy with the joke either.
No. It was awesome. You love to see some solid joke delivery in the wild. Like, it was, if that was like on stage, it would have been great because she set me up by saying, I like the sweatshirt. I said, thank you. And then she goes, how about this shit?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you don't really see that on men.
That was awesome.
I mean, and then she just went on about her day. She never thought about it again.
Never.
She may have texted her husband like, "Hey, I dunked on some idiot today."
Hey, you're getting wait till you hear this. I got it. She's got a podcast.
He's like, "I love you more now than I've ever loved you. I love you more every day." Baby.
Married. Oh, actually, in Florida, it's probably called married in law.
Let's go.
There we go. Incest stuff.
Incest in law.
And married incest.
Married your sister.
Roommates incest.
Having sex with your sibling in law.
Oh, God.
Wait, who's in Jacksonville? You got a high school, college friend from Jayville?
College buddy from Jay.
What the hell's he doing down there?
I don't know. He doesn't live there anymore. Lives in Indianapolis, so much better.
Okay, great. Well, yeah, certainly wouldn't want to be in Jacksonville.
But I'm very glad. This is the wedding that I decided to go to after I felt like a bad friend. And
it was worth it.
It was so worth it. We shared a very emotional moment on Saturday after all of it. And we ended up at the after party together and just, he's just like,
the old I love you train.
And I'm like, yeah, I mean, it's like, this is my first friend in college. I remember when we were both really going through it in school. And, it's just like, it's fun. Here's a thing that I realized.
You remember the first time you both stepped on a homeless guy trying to parkour?
Yeah, he did hit a spin move though, so it's kind of worth it. A little 360 in the air.
360? Yeah, if it was a 180, it's definitely not worth it.
A little tail grab too. Caught his heel. Here's the thing you realize about like this is gonna sound so impersonal or like so inhumane or like emotionless, but like I've had to turn down a lot of weddings in the last 2 years, and I've been able to like compartmentalize it pretty well. Of like, this is work; it's my only job. I need to going to these weddings means I'm not working. It's like it's all this stuff that I've used.
For everybody else, it's like the equivalent if they had their wedding at 3 p.m. on a Tuesday.
Yeah, and you have like a really big meeting that day. Like, so it's hard, but it's that I've been able to kind of like put it in a category and like whatever. Then you go to some of them and I'm like, I do have to keep in mind this is like your biggest day.
Sure.
Like, but it's weird because I'm like, can't go to that one because I'm working. But when I'm turning them down, I'm not always feeling the emotional burden of like, damn, this is like a huge day for you and I'm missing it. And like me and him this weekend, like we didn't even have, during the reception, it's like he's got all his high school buddies. It's not like we're kicking it the whole time. It's not like the whole time he's like, man, I'm so glad Tommy's here. I'm so glad that extra $100 came in too. It's not like,
oh, look, steak dinner just showed up.
Yeah, it's more so like the small moment you do get, it's like, oh fuck, this is really important to you. You
dive all the way in. You don't really mess around with the pleasantries.
No, it was just kind of like, I'm really proud of you, dude. I love you. I'm really glad I came. And it's vice versa. And that was like, I was like, all right, so maybe we can be less of a robot, Tom, and think about these things a little more.
Yeah, I mean, you probably missed a couple of huge opportunities on the other end of that, but yeah, it's fine. At least you got your buddy to say, "Hey, Preesh."
Yeah, missed out on doing 20 in Grand Rapids, Michigan, and I was thinking about it the whole time. I'm like, damn, right now I'd probably be like, just absolutely, just B+ set,
absolutely fighting for my life somewhere. You're like, hey man, can I just like do some time?
I need something because the father of the bride just bombed his ass off.
I would love it if for like, I don't know, 10 to 20 minutes, the attention could be on me. Is there any way you could coordinate something like that or no? Okay, no.
Is there like a side room, kind of low ceilings, maybe 30 to 40? I could grab like 30 people and we could do a small show.
Big wedding, big fun wedding.
Big fun wedding, beautiful wedding, very fun. Father of the bride did 35 on Friday.
That's a joke. You're kidding.
I'm not kidding. He did 34, actually. There was a guy filming the whole thing. That's the only reason I knew. I had one of my friends went over and looked at the time on the video. 34.
That is so much time.
It was comical, dude. He started at like his friends and basically went through like everybody that was there.
Was it supposed to be 15, but he like kind of kept crying?
I don't want to talk too much shit, but he started with the wedding planner. He had everyone cheer for the wedding planner. And he goes, she told me I had 5 minutes. I said, ain't no way.
There we go. Big pop. Big pop.
So I'm like, all right, he's
right?
doing 12. And then Oh, yeah, of course. That got like a huge applause.
Absolutely. Boy, wedding, truly
yeah.
the easiest audiences of all time. They're there to have a good time. They're a little liquored up. Everybody's smiling. If you bomb at a wedding, that's a next level tough set.
I mean, you just didn't write. You didn't run it at all.
Didn't test it. Didn't do anything. God bless him. Well, hey, look, I hope he got his little scratches itch. Did he know you at all? Did he come up and give you like the, hey, look, I can do it too kind of a thing?
No.
Didn't know.
No, that was actually like one of the first weddings I've been to in a long time where like that hasn't been the conversation point, which is nice. It's like
are you gonna?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Right.
Last couple I've been to have been a lot more people that have either seen me do stand up or know about it. Right. But outside of our immediate friends, I didn't really know a ton of people there, which was nice.
That's huge.
I was actually kind of waiting around. I was like, is no one gonna ask me about
You're just
comedy?
standing there with a microphone, like nothing.
Would it help if I kind of pose? Like, don't you guys recognize this?
You're just standing there holding a headshot and a microphone, like, okay, so
middle
I ditched a whole weekend for this. Nothing.
Middle of the reception, I change into like my jacket that I usually wear on stage. Like, is this not doing anything for anyone?
Like, no one recognizes this. Few clips really pop. Nothing.
God,
all right.
I hate Florida.
God, I wish I was in Grand Rapids right now.
But
let's see, Tom, where are we at? What are we at on time wise?
I think we can wrap. I have no idea. I don't know when we started.
I think we're creeping on an hour.
I think we gotta be. But I will say, wait, let me see. It was when I sent this. Yeah, we got to be getting to an hour. I want to say one funny thing that I saw, which was amazing. It's just, this isn't a zero. This is just, I want this guy to know that someone saw him. Classic plane lands. Everyone gets up too quick. Not everyone, but a select amount of losers stand up. Right. Try to get in the aisle, and it's just like we're all getting on the plane. Yeah. I did stand up to a guy on the way to Jacksonville. I'm in boarding group 6 on this flight, and group 4 gets called. Everyone starts encroaching. Group 5, everyone in group 6 starts really encroaching, and then by the time group 6 is called, like I'm watching this guy next to me. He's been like trying to edge out people, and then at 6. I'm like 2 steps in front of him, and he like tries to scoot past me. Also, so he tries to scoot past me, and I go, "Hey man, we're all getting on the plane."
Yeah.
And he tried to act like surprised. He was like, "Oh yeah, I wasn't oh yeah, go for it. Sorry, I didn't know. So, are you also group 6?" And I'm like, "Yeah, buddy. I'm right in front of you." Like,
wait, so I can't shove people anymore?
Yeah, and I also like I wanted to be like, what are you looking forward to? Look ahead. See the jetway. See how you can see someone kind of poking around the corner. We're gonna scan our things, and then we're gonna wait in another line.
And then we're just gonna go stand there. It'll be fine, bud.
We're both 42F. We got some time, my guy. Throw in your headphones. Relax.
Kind of hilarious to leave the Delta Lounge just to go and be group 7.
I wasn't in the Delta Lounge on the way down. I was I was flying Spirit. It was tough.
Oof, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it was hard. So anyways, we got that. Then on the way back, this guy, I almost stood up to. No. Different guy. I would have lost my mind if it was the same guy.
I'm about to lose my fucking mind.
Everyone gets, stands up in the aisle. I'm annoyed. I'm looking at these guys. And then we're like probably 6 rows from us deplaning. And it's not moving quick. And he goes and grabs his suitcase. But there's no room. There's people standing in front of him. So he's holding it out. He's a tall guy, and he's holding it out above the person in front of him head, and he can't move
Are
it.
his-
Dude. His
Are
arms,
his arms just shake?
they were shaking so visibly. I almost took a video. Like I was crying laughing because I was just like, look at that instant karma. You piece
I mean, yeah,
of shit.
he was regretting that so hard. He couldn't just push it back in, or do you think in his mind he already made the decision?
He already made the decision, and the problem is it looked close enough. Like, you get to within like 4 or 5 rows,
right,
it
right.
looks like you're about to go.
Yeah.
But that's 3 people on each side, so that's 6 people per row grabbing their shit and going out single file. That's 2 minutes.
I mean, you'd think he'd be able to like hold it at that same altitude and just kind of pull it all the way back,
That's
like in a straight line, and then bring it straight down.
I mean, yeah, but it was so tight because he jumped up from the row behind. There wasn't built-in room for him. That's not his space.
Row behind guy. Yep.
So he's out of place, and he didn't have any real estate to work with. And
So his only choice is he's gonna have to bonk a couple of people.
or put it back in, but he didn't put it back in. And I was
He didn't put
just
it in, and he didn't bonk, so he's truly in no man's land.
he's just doing what's the weight exercise called where you're not actually lifting, you're just holding it out.
Oh, it's just the equivalent to like a wall sit.
Yeah, it's like resistance training or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, his forearms had to be burning, and I was just like, "Look at you,
Look
fucking
at you,
loser!
fucking idiot. You just like pull out a stopwatch and like, come on, man, you got this. 2 more minutes. 2 more
You got
minutes.
it. Come on, dig deep, get down."
Oh, God.
Get
What was
two,
he-
get
Did
two,
you see,
Pat.
did you see his face? Like, because you know when somebody's face switches into like serious mode, did he like switch into like
It kind of
survival
looked
mode?
like he had to shit a little bit. He's like,
yes. Come on. You got
start
this.
nose breathing a little bit. Like it wasn't. I think he was trying to look casual. Like he was kind of like looking around, like whatever.
Absolutely impossible. When your arms are shaking, impossible.
There's also just no reason to take the suitcase out before you got open turf in front of you.
No one's taking your luggage.
No one's taking it, and you're not gonna like cruise off the plane. There's 80 people in front of you.
Yeah, they're also not going, oh, you have your luggage. No, come on up.
You
Come
want
on
to
up. You
scoop?
can get
You
off.
want to scoop by me? There's tons of
Come
room
on,
up here.
Yeah, you got to push your way into front of everybody. Come on up, man. This is all a result of COVID. People lost all etiquette on planes after COVID.
Yes. Yeah.
This is all a result of that. People do not know how to behave boarding or what is it called? Unboarding?
Deplaning.
Deplaning. That's right. Deplaning. People don't know what they're doing. People think it's a sprint to get off the flight.
That makes
Calm
no
down.
sense. We don't call it planing. I'm gonna plane
No,
this plane.
It's board because I almost said deboarding, but that didn't feel right.
Replaning? On planing?
No, replane would be if you got on and then there was a problem, you had to get off and
You
then
deplane
replane.
and then you replane. But that's actually reboarding, I think.
We got to call Seinfeld. Seinfeld's got
Dude, this is so you board the plane, but you deplane.
Also, you board, but then you deplane? When are you replaning?
What's a deboard?
Netflix is like $2 million. Just
Would you like to
please.
do a whole new series? Oh God.
Fuck.
All right.
All right. What do we got?
We got to wrap this thing, I think. I don't know. Sorry if we're under or sorry if we're over. I forgot to start a timer.
I think we're truly right on the money.
If we're way under, I'll just kind of sub in like some old footage from like an old
just some old.
pod.
We'll do some old.
Yeah, I'll throw in a couple classics. I'll throw in the story where Tim pooped outside of a school.
Oh my God, I forgot about that one.
Yeah, you should be a felon, honestly.
Ooh, no, I'm sorry. It was better than shitting my pants. I truly think if cops would have come up, I could have talked my way out of it.
Yeah, like I'm not like this isn't a habit thing. I'm a normal guy.
I'm
just
not proud
I was
of
gonna
this.
poop my pants. Have you ever pooped your pants?
Was literally about to poop my pants or take an insanely aggressive shit mere feet away from an entire audience.
And there's only one bathroom in the place. So honestly, this is a real burger on a plane situation. I'm a hero.
I am a good man. I know that some poor soul found it and had to deal with it, and God bless whoever that was, but I'm sorry. There was just a 0% chance I was doing that. Sorry. Gotta poop, Tom. Where are you gonna be?
Sometimes
Shimas?
you gotta poop. This weekend I'll be in Washington D.C. I think we got some people in D.C. I'll be at the
DC.
Comedy Loft with Kelsey Cook Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I'm gonna be at Hotbed on Friday, Saturday. Late shows if you're craving a little late night out. The Hotbed room is one of the best comedy rooms in the country. And I'm terrified of the booker. So come out and support. And then next weekend I will be in Nashville, then Huntsville, Alabama. I know we got thousands of people in Huntsville, and then Atlanta, ATL, A-Town.
Stay down.
A-Town, down. Is that what's this? Is that's the beginning of yeah, right? A-Town.
No, it's A-Town. Ah, fuck. What does he say after that?
I think it's A-Town down.
No, that's a different thing. That's when they go A-Town down.
No, the beginning of yeah.
I don't think so. This is Tom.
Where are you going to be, Tim?
Oh, so let's see. I'm going back to the greatest city on earth, Chicago, Illinois. I'm going to be doing a little taping at Zany's on the
Let's go
14th.
Timmy Clips.
And then Timmy Clips. I'm going to Clip City, and then I'll be at the That's the Humboldt Jungle. Closing that little guy out on the 16th, and then I will be in Janesville on the 17th. I believe that's a Thursday, and then I will be in 2 other cities in Wisconsin.
Let's go
on the 17th and the 18th. 4 shows. It'll be a fun time. Come out, say hello. I might stay in Chicago and do a little Sunday show, but you can find that on my
Kibitz Nest,
Kib City. Is that a fun one?
Fun show, yeah.
Okay, I might
hold on. Moment of truth.
Peace up, A-Town.
Oh, Keisha something. Keisha A-Town.
Yeah,
A-Town something.
All right, sorry.
We were both wrong.
Yeah, but that's what I'm going to open with in Atlanta. So.
Incredible. Hey, guys, we love you.
We'll see you next week. Bye.
He married my sister, now we're living together. We're